Hello YouTube land and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today we're going to take a look at the X6. This is, here, can you see it? The X6. It is a mini Phantom with a 2-axis gimbal. It's probably the nicest looking Phantom mini size that they've ever made. All right, let's go fly this. All right, before we go fly, check out these brushless motors. These are quite mini in size. Look at this, I put my finger on them. Very, very small. Now, I don't know if the camera can pick it up here, but check out the plastic on this. It's not like a cheap plastic. It almost looks like it's a model that you would sit on your shelf and display, a model of a Phantom. Look at the way it's made. It even has like the little venting things here, and even with its little gimbal at the bottom, it actually looks like a real Phantom. All the way down to the battery in the back. Check this out. If I yank this battery out, look at, even when you look inside, they even made the inside sort of like a Phantom. You know, the cavity, they didn't have to do that because this is just a inexpensive drone, but yeah, they actually put a little cavity in there like a Phantom. And even the removable battery has the little LEDs at the back that you have on a Phantom. Now, before we get flying, I want to mention something about the camera. It is a 2-axis gimbal, which is really good, so the image should look quite stable in the air. And if you look over here, there is a spot for a micro SD card. But the most important thing to take away from the actual video you're going to see is the stabilization, because it is windy. The drone will bounce around in the wind, but how stable is the actual video? Obviously, if you put a 2-axis gimbal on a drone, it really increases the price, and that's why you don't see them too often. All right, let's connect the device. It is the X6. There it is. And I should see what my camera sees. There we go. So the compass calibration is done. Let's just spin it around 3 times one way and then spin it 3 times another way. It's very simple. Typical compass calibration. All right, so on the front of your controller here, you have fly in the house mode, GPS mode, and return to home. You can see it's kind of wet out here. My controller is kind of soaking wet, but we'll see how well it works. So right now, I'm just going to check on my screen, see what I have for satellite. It says I have 15, so it looks like we should be ready to go. So let's see if I can get this up in the air. Here we go. And let's see if it sits there with satellites. It's windy out here, so it should be pretty good. Now, what I want to check out is that camera. So let's see, where's the sun? It's over there, so here, let me go over this way. And I'm going to spin it towards me. And I'll bring the camera down. This actually has one of those smooth cameras. See, it comes down nice and smooth. It's not jumpy around. It should be 1080p. If you look at my drone, I'm going to hold still here. You see it's moving all over the place, but how's the image? Is it pretty stable? I would think it's pretty stable because of the gimbal. So watch this. If I move it side to side, look at that. I'm whipping this drone side to side. How is the image? Normally on any drone, that would be a disaster. So how did it work on this? That's what you're paying for with this drone, is that stabilization. I'm going to show you, this is, if it looks on here, this is slow speed. That's as fast as it goes in slow speed. That is pretty darn quick. Look at this thing come. That flies and looks just like a Phantom. Okay, and now let's spin it around and let's put it in. Let's bring it back to me. Let's put it in high speed over here. Now we're in high. This should be super fast. Yeah, that's way faster. Here it comes. I'm going to take it over my head. That is super fast. All right, this is the quality of the video from this. See, I'm holding it in my hand and I'm moving it around. So how does that video look? And if I do this, look at me rock the drone here. And how does the video look as I'm doing this? And if I do this, how does the video quality look? Not too bad, I would think. The only thing it doesn't have for stabilization is when the drone does this. No stabilization in this mode, side to side. This mode, it's good. And for this mode, it's good. All right, the sun is going in and out. So the next thing I'm going to do before the sun goes out and it starts to rain, because it's not looking too good, is I'm going to just show you the different modes, because you want to see the 2-axis gimbal. How good is it in the follow me and the orbit me? Those are the main ones you'd probably use, and I'll fly it up high. In this wind, it is pretty breezy out here, and see how it does in the wind with the gimbal. Here we go. There's the drone in follow me mode, and I've got the camera too high, so I'm not even in the image. Hang on a sec, I have to bring the camera down. All right, so this is the follow me. It's just tracking. It doesn't have an active track, like you don't draw a picture around. It just flies and follows your phone. So this is what it looks like. It keeps a fair distance away. Oh, it looks like it's catching up to me. Here, I'm up to the sidewalk now. Let me walk towards it first to make sure it works. Going backwards, yeah. Seems to be okay, it goes backwards, does the normal stuff. And this is the orbit mode. I have it orbiting my landing pad. It's kind of a wide orbit. Next test to see how well the drone does in the wind. So I'm gonna bring it down to the ground here. And I'm gonna see how this gimbal works with it bouncing around in the wind and take it away up. Here we go. It's going up the tree, how's that? Higher it goes, the windier it gets. See if I can go to the top of the tree. There we go. Is the gimbal staying pretty still now that it's up in the wind? Oh, the sun's gone out, so it's kind of dull. Here, I'm gonna bring the camera looking down a bit. There we go. So here we're looking down, I've got it rotating. It's bouncing around quite a bit in the wind, so how does it look? I'll point to the horizon so you can see how much it's bouncing around. There we go. So that gives you a good example. It's up in the wind and it is flopping all over the place, but look at that. So the horizon is staying pretty level as I move here. So the 2-axis gimbal is working quite well. I brought the camera down so the exposure is a bit better. It's not looking at the bright sky. The footage is probably usable. You know, on my phone it looks pretty good. I haven't seen the end result. But that's up in the wind. The wind is just blowing down here. See, look at my trees over here, just blowing. And the drone is above me coming down. I'm gonna whip this drone through the trees here. How does the video look? I'm heading it over where all the trees are blowing over there. You see that? Look at them blow. Take it up in the air. Look at that. Whoa, and I'm bringing it back to me now. All right, a little bit of battery power left in the drone. I'm going to see if I can fly it around the house. Let me just put this on low rates. There we go. And put the video on so you can see what it looks like in the darkness of the house. And let's take off. Oh, I'm down to 1 bar, so a little bit of power. Let's see if I can fly it in here. It's very small, so it's gonna fly very easy. Look at this. Whip through the house. My messy house, that is. And moving it around. Let's see if I can get it through the hallway. Look at that, I'm whipping it around. How good is that video? Because I am moving this from side to side. Just whip around this way. Whoa, too fast there. Evel Knievel here. Okay, this thing's a blast to fly indoors. Bring it back. Oh, blinky lights at the back. That must mean I'm getting low in battery power. Yeah. All right, let's go land it in the kitchen. I'll put it over here. I'll land it on the table. And bring it down for a landing. And there we go. How was that? All right, the next thing I'm going to show you is a quick unboxing followed by my final thoughts on this here drone. And I'm going to show you a few more things about this drone. So come on back after the unboxing and check it out. And now a quick unboxing of the JJRC Aircus. First thing in the box is the JJRC Quick Start Guide, very important. Followed by the detailed instructions, followed by the app instructions. Inside the box we have the cream colored JJRC Phantom-like drone with the brushless motors, which is very nice. We have the camera over here. Taking a close-up look at the drone, you can see it has beautiful brushless motors. They're very small. Look at the size of my finger compared to the motor, about finger size. In the rear is where you put the battery. Nothing on the side, nothing on the side, just like a true Phantom. And even check this out, when you look at the bottom, that's where your ultrasonic sensors would normally be on a Phantom, but here they're just pieces of plastic. And right here is where you put your removable camera. And it comes with landing legs pre-installed. Taking a close look at the battery, we can see it's a LiPo rechargeable battery, 7.6 volt at 3000 milliamps, and it's a 20C. And just like a Phantom battery, you click this and you'll see how much power is left in the battery. I only have 3 LED lights. On a Phantom you have 4. And to charge the battery, right on the side is a little USB port. Just plug it in and it will charge up. Next we have the camera. I believe it's a 1080p camera, and check this out. It's on a gimbal. And if I turn the camera all the way like this, you can see right here looks like a spot for a micro SD card. Taking a look at the controller, you can see it is one of my favorite controllers. I reviewed a drone recently that had a controller like this. It was all in black, and I really like this controller because, let me just show you this. When I power it on, I have a nice display right here. See that? all my telemetry is right there, and the buttons are really nice. Also included in the box is a holder for your cell phone. You get 6 propellers, so you're going to need 4 for the drone, and then 2 spares. Finally, you get a mini Phillips screwdriver and a USB cable to charge up the battery. All right, the props are on the drone, the battery's in the back, and I've attached the camera, so everything is assembled, and let's check out the weight. 385 grams. All right, welcome back. I have my Osmo Pocket, and I'm gonna get some close-ups of the X6 and show you a few features. Check this out. First thing I wanna show you on the X6 is this really cool gimbal. Watch this. If I go over here and power it on, watch what happens. It goes through this really nice balancing act, and then it's pretty much stabilized. Now let's take a quick look at the bottom of this drone. You see this? This is a little hole. I'm not sure what that is because it can't be an optical flow, because look at this. You see the camera gets in the way? So it's definitely not an optical flow, and it's not a sensor to do something that I can tell. I think it's just a design to look like it was supposed to be something, but it's really nothing. So the next thing I'm going to show you right here is this camera. This camera is obviously removable. So what does that mean if a camera is removable? Well, it means you just turn it to the side, pull it out. It means that perhaps in the future there'll be like a 4K camera and you just connect it because everything's in this camera. And the next thing I want to show you is the controller. I love the display on these controllers. There we go. It's kind of hard to see in the light. When you're out in the bright sunlight, the sunlight reflects inside and it really lights it up a bit more. It is backlit, as you can see as I turn it to the darkness here, but that really makes a difference. And speaking of the controller, here's the Phantom 4 Pro controller. This is the Pro Plus actually. So there it is. If I pull this away, and there is the X6 controller. And if I come back this way, there's my X6, and way over here, towering over it, there's a Phantom 4 Pro Plus. Perhaps this is a better view. Here's a top-down view. There's the Phantom, there's the X6, there's the controllers right there with the Pro Plus on that side. All right, so what are my final thoughts on this here X6? Well, honestly, you can't complain about the gimbal. Look at that. The camera stays perfectly straight, up and down. It's massively windy outside. You saw this thing fly in the wind. It is 1080p. It's not like the top 1080p. And once again, you're watching this video. This is a 4K video, so I've stuck a 1080p, video in a 4K, so it doesn't look as good. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. It's a very usable drone. It's unfortunate that it weighs over 250 grams. That means, it probably lands in a lot of regulations, of drone regulations in a lot of countries. It has a range of 500 meters, and that is if you do not use your phone. If you use your phone to view the video, then it cuts it down to, I think, 250 or 300 meters. And the flight time, if I haven't already mentioned it, the flight time is about 20 minutes. Which is really good with that battery. So 20 minutes of flight time with something like this, you probably only need 1 battery. Then again, it's a USB charge battery, so it does take several hours to charge up, so maybe you do need 2 batteries. Check the links below and see if there's an option to get this with 2 batteries, because maybe that's something you want. I do not know the exact price for this. A lot of people ask me to say the price. I don't know the price, because this is from Geek Buying, and they tell me the price just before it goes to publication, and they give me the coupons as well. So you'll see below this video, there may be a coupon and there'll be a price and everything else. Just click on the link below this video. You'll find out how much it costs in your country. And if you're watching this video 6 months from now, of course the price changes. At least that way, when you click on the link, you're gonna get the accurate price. If you have any questions about this drone, just post your questions below and I'll answer them. And if you enjoyed the video and the review, then by all means give it a thumbs up, because I love thumbs up. So, from me, Captain Drone, thanks for watching this video. Catch you in the future where there's more drone videos coming up. Take care.